Hey everyone, Barfield here, and welcome to Writer's Corner. So at the time of this video being recorded, it is almost New Year's. Not quite, but almost. And I still have some things to do before the new year. Like right after this video, I have to rehearse a speech that I'm giving pretty soon to a library full of teenagers. Fun! But at the time of you all viewing this, it should already be 2017. Yay! Which means one of my younger brothers is now a year older because his birthday is on New Year's, and people should be trying to fulfill their New Year's resolutions. And speaking of that, in this Writer's Corner video, I'm going to be sharing some of my 2017 Writer's Resolutions, and because this is a writing channel, I'll also be giving some tips on how you can write resolutions for your characters. So first off, writing resolutions for your characters. The first thing you want to do is give reasons for your characters having these resolutions. This is incredibly important. No matter what you're doing, you need to give reasons for it or else the reader isn't going to understand. This is a common mistake where you think, oh, the reader will just figure it out. Sometimes you need to explicitly state it. So you need to have reasons for them undertaking these resolutions. Why do they want to kill 40 Glargnocks in the next festival? Why do they want to lose 35 pounds? Why are they trying to save the universe or be a better person or whatever it is they're doing? Why are they trying to do this? What is the reasoning behind it? If we don't know this, it makes it very difficult for us to relate to these characters, which I'll cover in a little bit. The second thing you want to do is to keep these resolutions simple, powerful, and relatable. Of course, there are many ways to do this. A primary reason why you want to keep these resolutions simple is because we don't really want to know the intricacies and complexities of what your character wants to happen. That starts to become a plan or a guideline. And if we wanted to read that, we'd read nonfiction or self-help books. No, we're here for quick, dramatic, positive changes in their life. Which is why you want to keep it simple. You want to make sure that your reader clearly understands what your character is trying to achieve. And speaking of quick, powerful resolutions, this is exactly what you want to go for, having a powerful resolution. This tells the reader, oh, there's going to be drama and action, and something exciting and interesting is going to happen to make sure that these resolutions come to fruition. By keeping the resolutions simple and powerful, as well as knowing the reasoning behind them, you're sure to have an impact on the readers at a much greater level and depth than you would otherwise, which is incredibly important for keeping these resolutions relatable, which is the third part of this second tip, is the relatability of these resolutions. We're not going to really understand, I want vengeance for my dead family and lost loved ones, unless we have that very specific emotional tone to ourselves, in which case I am very sorry for you. But you're going to want to focus on the broad blanketing aspects of your resolutions, meaning the broad blanketing emotions, the sense of loss, of anguish, perhaps a little bit of anger and justice, which people are commonly feeling pretty often these days. We needed to have it relatable. Not, I want to kill 30 Glargnocks because it's tribal custom. No, we're not going to really understand that. But we're going to understand tradition, family, familiarity, proving yourself, becoming an adult. We're going to understand all of these things. And keeping it relatable means that even if you're going to have simple, seemingly understated ones like, I want to lose 35 pounds, maybe this is because of a much greater thing that we're actually going to be relate to, but that you can keep exciting. Maybe they want to lose 35 pounds because they want to actually be able to run a marathon, to get back their spouse, because their spouse is wanting this separation because of their lack of motivation and the lack of spark that is in their relationship anymore. And this undergoes a trial of self-discovery and jubilation at the very end. But even though this seems simple and understated, there's so many things that we can relate to, and it's powerful yet elegant in its approach. And these are things you want to keep in mind when writing the resolutions of your characters. The third and final thing you're going to want to do is have your characters struggle with these resolutions. This wouldn't be a signature Writer's Corner episode without me telling you, make your characters suffer. And this is basically what you need to happen. You need to have them struggle or doubt these resolutions. Maybe they think, these Twinkies just taste so good, I'll never lose 35 pounds. Or, Glargnocks are invincible, how will I ever become strong enough to defeat them? There are lots of different ways that people can doubt themselves. Try and think of ones that are going to relate to what you're writing. If you're trying to have your character lose weight for a motivational purpose, have them undergo a bout of depression prompted by an old friend coming up who has recently lost some weight and makes them feel bad about themselves because they're kind of that jerk friend anyway, and they're constantly buying them Twinkies as a hint of what they should be doing. You have all of these different things that can be done, and it's up to your creativity and imagination to really bring your characters down to their lowest point. Of course, I could go on and on about making your characters suffer or about making your characters resolve things. I like to do both to my characters. I like to make them resolve to do things and make it very difficult for them to do those things that I told them they should do. But I'm not going to go on forever because I want to keep this video a little shorter and also to keep your interest. Plus, I also want to share my writer's resolutions. So, without further ado, here are my 2017 writer's resolutions. So, I don't know if this is pretty common or not, but I actually try and keep my resolutions, and I tend to divide them into two different categories, either personal or writer/professional. Last year, I didn't have a lot of writer resolutions, but I had a lot of personal ones, like trying to be a better person, falling in love, trying to be more patient, and my family and girlfriend have helped me with this extensively. This year, I still have lots of personal ones, but I also have lots of writer ones as well that I really want to make happen. So my first thing that I actually want to try and do is be more socially active. I have a lot of different social things going on, Goodreads, Wattpad, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, I have a lot of stuff going on all of the time, but it's very difficult for me to keep up with it because I tend to prioritize it last on my long list of things to do. And I want to kind of bump its priority up a little and try and make it more of a priority for me. I also want to try and expand the Legendland universe a little more, and I have some rough sketches for how to do that with Wattpad and a few different other things, but if I don't at least write a sequel, I want to try and make sure that my Legendland universe is at least expanded upon. My third resolution is to actually polish up my videos. Now, my videos have come a long way since the very beginning, and I'm actually thinking of going back and redoing some of my older videos that aren't related to Writer's Corner, like some of my Legendland videos. But I want to make it more polished overall, meaning have a little more special effects, have a little better situations with text and all of that stuff appearing on the screen, things that common YouTubers do, as well as having an introduction that I'm happy with and that I'm proud of showing online. So I want to make sure that my YouTube videos are basically a little more up to my crazily high standards. My fourth thing I want to do is contact more stores. Now, I did not put as a resolution that I want to be in more stores. No, because that requires a joint discussion between me and the stores. But contacting stores is something that I am in complete control over. So I want to be able to contact more stores, more radio stations, more libraries, more all of these different things to get better exposure for me and myself and let everyone know about Legendland. Now, the fifth thing that is my writer's resolution is the paramount writer's resolution, in my opinion. I want to actually write more. Which sounds weird because it's like, these are writer's resolutions. Of course you want to write more. You're a writer. Shouldn't you be writing all the time anyway? What even is this? Well, even though I talk about writer's resolutions, a lot of the stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis has nothing to do with writing. It's mostly marketing, sales, contact, research, all of these different things, and I do very little writing nowadays. I want to do more of that. Wattpad has been helping me, but besides the little things that I put up there every now and then, every few days, I am not writing consistently, and I want to be. So I plan on using Wattpad and my other resources as a jumping start for me to be able to write on a more regular basis and share it more with people across the world. So I want to be able to write more, I want to constantly improve my craft, and I want to make sure that people are enjoying what I'm writing and to have their feedback and just all of the writer things. So that's it for me and my writer's resolutions, but what about you? What are your 2017 resolutions? I want to know. And as some general advice, as far as resolutions go, try and keep it manageable. Don't have a list of 4,000 resolutions. Try and keep it a manageable, short list of things that you really want to try and achieve for yourself or your family. Also, try and keep it within your sphere of control. As I've figured out during my writing career and life in general, a lot of things are out of your control. Try and keep whatever you want to accomplish within. So rather than being I want to get published, be I want to contact 4 different publishing companies. For me, instead of I want to get into 4,000 stores, I want to contact lots of new places. So try and keep it within your control. And then at least try and have one of them be writing related. I know that this might be a lot to ask, but try and keep one of your resolutions at least writing related. If you don't split it up like I do into personal and professional, then this might be a little more difficult for you to do, but you're a writer, right? Make a resolution about writing. It seems kind of natural. Now with all of the resolution stuff out of the way, this is the perfect time to brag about my book. My novel, Legendland, this fantastic piece of literature right here, is available on a plethora of places. It's available on iTunes, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Smashwords, and my publisher's website, as well as my website, www.arc-storm.com. If you buy it off of there, I will personally sign it for you, and I will be completely happy if you decide that your New Year's resolution is going to be to buy Legendland, or to read it if you've already bought it. Now, if you want to keep up to date with me and all of things Legendland, you can follow me basically anywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Goodreads, Wattpad, or just subscribe and leave a comment below, which always makes me happy. If you want to get a sample of my writing, you can always check out ArcStorm, or you can check out Wattpad to decide whether you enjoy my writing style before you commit money to loving me. I hope this video has been helpful and that your New Year's is going to be amazing, and also I hope that you continue to enjoy it.